Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Found Out the Truth and Abandoned Konoha. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Twilight Knight for suggesting this idea. And yeah, before continuing this, sorry about, the 2 days off. It was because I was sick. For those who don't know, I had a fever. It happened because of the, sudden change in the weather. Sometimes it's warm in the day and suddenly it gets cold. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I got confused and wore summer clothes in December and got cold. It was kind of my own stupidity and fault, so yeah. Anyways, I want you guys to stay safe, cover yourself before you leave the house and all that, so that you don't get sick. Trust me, having a running and closed nose at the same time, it's disgusting and it's frustrating as well. Even now, I still am taking medicine. On the other side, there is a plus point. GTA 6 trailer just dropped and I was quite surprised. Until I opened Twitter, which is now X nowadays. They got hacked again and someone leaked their whole trailer. So to salvage up, they released it early on. And my god damn, that was an awesome of a trailer. Bummer that it's coming out in 2025. Do let me know what you guys think about the GTA 6 in Vice City. About Jason and Lucia. Anyways, enough about this. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Our story begins with a 14-year-old Naruto Uzumaki, as we see him currently fiddling with Fuinjutsu scrolls as he was going in and about, scrambling through a lot of scrolls that have been left behind in their room by his sensei Jiraiya, who he has been with on a training trip for the past year or so. He finally sighed and just slumped back to the bed. I don't get it. So far along the year and I have learned so little. Aside from the Rasengan and the Toad Summon, I haven't learned anything so far. As Naruto looked at the used scroll from which Naruto has brought out the used stuff that his sensei carried on his back, as Naruto then thought to himself, as his curiosity peaked to look into more stuff that has been laying there. As Naruto was given the stuff that he was going through by his sensei, but the rest of the stuff was placed on the scroll, and that stuff was for not Naruto, but only for his sensei. So Naruto began to scramble through because his curiosity finally reached its peak. As he was scrambling, he found a diary. As he picked it up, what is this? Don't tell me. Is that the Erosanin's research book, or whatever he called it? Then he peeps at women? As Naruto with a lecherous smirk then said, maybe just a peek. As Naruto opened the diary to find any lecherous content, but what he found was something more sinister, as within it were the confessions of Jiraiya. As the first few ones were quite innocent, and that is when he reached at the age of October 10th, the day he was born, and Naruto's interest was piqued as he read about the Kyuubi attack and about his student, the 4th Hokage Minato Namikaze's supposed death. Wait, supposed death? What does that mean? As after that, Naruto began to ponder, but before he could do anything, he immediately threw the diary back and scrambled the scrolls over there and rushed back to his bed. As the door opened, and in came a drunkard Jiraiya. Hey kid, are you done for the day or what? I'm about to crash on my bed or something, you know? Jeez, Rasanin, you reek of alcohol again. Did you go out? What do you think, kid? I was bored, so I had to go out and blow off some steam. Get it? Ugh, disgusting. I don't want to even hear what you have blown off. What you got blown off. It would be interesting, my student. You should be, following your sensei's footstep, not questioning him. Yeah, whatever you say, Erosanin. As Jiraiya now took an offense there. Hey, I'm telling the truth, Naruto. Come on, pay attention to what I teach you. Tell me if there is anything you want to know. I'll tell you, I promise. I am your sensei after all. If anything you find hard to understand, you should come to me. As that is when Naruto then said, really? Anything? Yes. Can you tell me about supposed death of the 4th? Supposed death of the 4th? How do you know about that? As Jiraiya took a serious face, as Naruto gulped, I had a thought, you know. His body was never found, so I was just asking. I see. Where else could have you known? You're quite smart, kid, like me. Always knew I had a good eye to pick up students. You know what? You follow me, you'll be reaching far above the fourth Hokage in no time. That is, if the prophecy wasn't true. Said Jiraiya laughingly as Naruto halted. What prophecy? Kid. Well, you know what? Fine, I'll humor you, I'll tell you. You see, the truth is, Naruto, you were never an orphan. Your parents never died. They are, in fact, Minato no Mikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, the fourth Hokage and his wife themselves. As Naruto's eyes widened. And they're not dead? No, they're not. They're not dead, kid, said a drunken Jiraiya, who was obviously overdrunk and was spewing out truth or lies, as Naruto thought. This can't be reality. As that is when the third tenant who was listening in from within Naruto then spoke. He's telling the truth, kid. What? Kyuubi? How? Listen to what he tells you. Ask you more questions. I was there. I witnessed it. Why should I trust you? He's just spewing nonsense, that's all. He's drunk. Poor Naruto. Always want to trust the other more than himself, always. Or why are you programmed to think like this, Naruto? Were you forced to think like this? What? No, I'm thinking my own thoughts. You're just messing with my brain. Then ask him. Ask him. Why was he then chosen to be sealed? I was chosen to be sealed within you. Why was I chosen as the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi? Simple. The village needed a Jinchuriki. So who else but you, Naruto? The Biju soul was sealed inside of you. And your parents took your sibling, Menma, away. What? Yes. God knows where they are. I haven't been in contact with them since, I returned back to the village after the Konoha crush. But Menma has been growing healthy and happily. They're raising him to be the clan head. And they didn't want it, obviously, two sons to be strong so that they don't have to force each other of you to fight one another for the clan heir title, since it is a law of Konoha that a battle must be conducted. So they wanted this condition to be forgotten, and for that to be bypassed, Sensei proposed a proposal. You to be remain here under the laces of Uzumaki and as an orphan, so that once they return, you will be a clansman and loyal to your brother. And who wouldn't be? I mean, your brother is going to be the child of prophecy who unites the whole elemental nation and save them from a great catastrophe with the power like the sage chakra and so on. What do you mean by the sage chakra? I don't know. I'm still, trying to find out about that. Anyways, as Jiraiya took another bottle and chugged it down, as Naruto's eyes narrowed. As Naruto then asked, if you're telling me all of this, then tell me this. Why are you here then? Well, obviously, since I was the one who told them the prophecy and let them be on their way, I felt guilty about what happened to you. They don't know, obviously, about that. I have been sending them letters saying you were happy and all that. As Naruto was quite shocked. What did they say? What do you think, kid? They didn't want to hear anything about you. They're focused on Menma right now, and you're causing a distraction. A distraction? Said Naruto, as that word stabbed him in the heart more badly than anything else, even worse than Sasuke's Chidori. Was I forced to think like this, that I am no better than any other, and you are all better than me? Of course. It was Sensei. I thought it would be better for you, Naruto, said Jiraiya, getting somber as he had tears in his eyes. I get more guilty each time I think about it. What they did to you, kid. I didn't want this for you. I felt guilty. I wanted to make things right, so I took it upon myself to train you somewhat. Not to your level of your brother, but to some extent so that you will be able to become strong. And maybe, just maybe, be useful to your brother, Useful how? You know how, right? The child of prophecy is set to sacrifice himself. So I want you to take that place, Naruto. Would you be able to do that? This way you'll be remembered as a hero by everyone, and your brother, he will be seen as one as well. As Naruto was disgusted by this thinking. See, kid, I told you. You give a fool a lot of drink, and once he's drunk, he'll spew out nonsense which you think is gibberish, but in reality he's just confessing to his crimes. Do you have the key to Kyuubi's cage? Or the seal? Of course I do, kid. Why, you wanna see? Yeah, I do. As a seal matrix appeared on Jiraiya's hand. As Naruto took his hand, what are you doing, kid? Nothing. I would just want to check something. Oh, go right ahead, kid, said Jiraiya as he began to drink more. As Naruto placed his hand on his stomach where the seal appeared. As Naruto then asked Kyuubi how to open it. Twist it to the right side. As Naruto did, as the Kyuubi's cage opened, the seal was undone. As the seal began to disappear, Naruto took his hand away. As Jiraiya watched, the seal disappear from his hand. That is done, said Naruto, as Kyuubi was shocked at what Naruto has done. But it didn't try to escape at that moment. As Naruto, seeing that the Kyuubi didn't escape, then looked towards Jiraiya. Listen to me what I'm about to say, Jiraiya. Where are your most important scrolls? You mean the training material? I didn't take any, kid. What about Manma's? Where did you keep his? Oh, his. I already left it with Minato and Kushina. I see. How about this, Jiraiya? Can you tell the whole story again? After I bring someone in. Sure, kid. The more the merrier, right? Yeah, you're right about that, Sensei. You finally called me Sensei. I'm happy about that. As Naruto brought in none other than the Toad Sage himself, Fukusaka himself. Naruto boy, why did you brought me in here? Jiraiya! Mind your manners! Enough, Pa. Listen to what Jiraiya has to say. As after that, Naruto told Jiraiya to reveal everything to Fukusaka. After 1 hour later, and everything told to both of them, Fukusaka was shocked. Mind explaining this to me, Pa? Prophecy the Toads gave to him? Him messing up my whole life? Listen to me, Naruto boy. This is more serious than you think. You need to come with us. Leave Jiraiya here. I promise you, as the Toad Elder, I will protect you, and so will the Toads. Okay, Pa. I'm trusting you with this. As now we see, Naruto was taken and reverse summoned by Fukusaka back to the Toad Mountain. And there he told everything to Shima, as Naruto was there. As Shima looked towards Naruto empathetically, because both of the elders knew it was the Toad's fault for trusting Jiraiya. And soon after that, a whole Toad council was gathered, and everything was revealed to them. As Gamabunta, Gamakichi, and Gamatetsu, Naruto's friends, as well as the chief of the Toad clan, was furious. How could that old idiot do this? I mean, I didn't trust Jiraiya to that extent with that knowledge even then, but Minato and Kushina, how could they listen to that valiant fool's idiot lies? That is something we also wish to know. As that is when Gambunta looked towards Naruto. Listen to me, kid. You have the backing of the Toads. We are loyal to you now. We will not throw out Jiraiya or anyone. Do not raise suspicions, but we will not reveal where you are or wherever you go from now on. What do you mean? Listen to me, kid, said Fukusaka. You don't need to be loyal to Konoha because they haven't been loyal to anyone so far. This is your life, Naruto. We are giving you a choice. You can go back and forget anything this happened. Live with the knowledge that you have gained last night and still follow their plan like a puppet. Or you can break free from their shackles that they have placed on you and be free for once. It's obvious that I was going to be free. I just wanted to tell you and hear from your face whose side you were on. I was even ready at one point to break off the contract, and that is the reason I called you. With nonsense, why would we do that? Listen to me, Naruto, said Shima. We as the Toad Elders trusted Jiraiya, nurtured him, and we have failed to train him properly and educate him as well. How could he betray us, who raised him like a family, and shared everything with him, even the sacred prophecy from the Kamiyami and Shinigami themselves, blessed upon the Toad clan, and he tried to pull the strings behind our backs? No, a prophecy is, and always will be, God's doing, and nobody can alter it, no matter how much they try. Good thing you were able to find out about this, Naruto. So, what is your choice, kid? As I told you, and as the elder told you already, you have the backing of the Toad clan. As Naruto looked down, as he was thinking, as Gamakichi arrived. Listen to me, Naruto. Since I'm the boss here, why don't we stick together and, leave those idiots behind? What do you say? Always want to come up with some nonsense, huh, Gamakichi? Oi, it's not nonsense, As Gamatetsu then said, I won't ask you for some candy, okay? Maybe a little bit here and there, but I want you to be happy. If I find any, I'll give it to you, said Gamatetsu, as Naruto was happy with both of them. I see. It's quite, weird. For the first time, I'm deciding for myself. It's like all my life, even my own choices that I think were mine, were never mine to begin with. What about those friends that I made? Even if they were real or not, Naruto, now it doesn't matter. You wanna know why? Because if you go back, that means you're going to go and live like their slave. You have to break free from them and not care about the prophecy. For the first time, we as the Toads who have been handed this prophecy are saying this to you. Disregard it. Live your life to the fullest. And if Konoha messes with me, we have some favors to pull from other villages. If that is how they wanna play, so can we. What do you mean? You see, before Jiraiya or even Konoha, we had summoners from other villages as well at the time. And we have contracts from their Kages at the time so that they cannot back off. Even if the current Kage wanted to, they couldn't, because it is a degree of his predecessor. So they have to fulfill it. Okay. As after being told that Naruto would be allowed to train by the other 4 Kages, he was interested into this. As now we see, Naruto was still on his training trip, so the next morning came and he left towards none other than the territory of the enemies, Iwagakure themselves. As the Toads made sure they escorted him there, we go back to the town where Naruto left from, with Pa in the night. As Jiraiya woke up, huh? Wait, what? Oh, my head. God damn it. He then dashed towards the washroom to barf because he has been drinking non-stop the whole night. Oh, my head. Naruto, come on, quickly pack up the stuff, we're leaving. Fuck, man, my head kills my... As he was mumbling to himself about drinking and mumbling about his head and stuff like that, his gaze fell towards the room, which was empty. As his vision still blurry, he tried to assess the situation. Naruto? Huh, must have gone to get some breakfast or something. Huh, might as well wait and pack up the stuff. As he began to pack up the stuff, he noticed that his diary was outside. That wasn't supposed to be there. What? Oh no, he said, looking at the page which was opened at the time. As immediately Jiraiya detoxed himself with a jutsu and packed the stuff and dashed back towards Konoha. As he was doing so, he knew that they were far away from the land of fire, so he summoned his summon Toad. As soon as the Toad arrived, listen, I need your help. I need to go back to Konoha. Can you reverse summon me there? Alright, Jiraiya, hop in, said the Toad somewhat coldly. At the time, Jiraiya didn't notice, so he was sent back to Konoha. If that is done, I'm leaving. Without any thank yous or save, before Jiraiya could do that, the Toad disappeared. Huh, weird. I guess he's having a bad day or something. As now we see Jiraiya dashed inside towards Tsunade's office, where he was even more terrified to find Minato, Kushina, and Menma there. Sensei, you're back! Where is Naruto? Weren't you supposed to be on a training trip? Jiraiya, you were supposed to be on a training trip. And you didn't tell me, and neither did Sensei, that these two were alive. How is this possible? Well, Hime, the funny thing is, we can talk about this later. There's a much better thing to discuss right now. What does that have to be? I mean, can it wait or something? We have to explain to Tsunade-sama here. How am I alive? Said Kushina. As Menma then also nodded. Jesus, Erasan, you never change, do you? As that is when Jiraiya sighed and said, Naruto disappeared last night. As their jaws dropped, as Tsunade then got up. What do you mean, Jiraiya? Naruto found out the truth about it. Obviously, he doesn't know like you, Tsunade. I didn't just have the time to tell you. I was gonna. Please, trust me. What? You didn't tell her? I mean, she has been a Hokage for only a few months. I was gonna tell her eventually when I had the time. It was just one thing after the other. I was focused on the kid. I took him away and his friend deserted. He was getting chidoried by the heart and... Wait, what? Oh shit. Is it true, Tsunade-sama? Did Naruto get chidori straight through the heart? Yes. By whom? Was it Kakashi? No, it wasn't. It was Sasuke Uchiha, Kakashi's student, whom he trained while he deserted Naruto to fend for himself. As that is when Minato's eyes widen. You wanna know how Naruto lived? Tell them, Jiraiya. Tell them. We already know. He lived a happy life here. Spoiled by everyone. Jeez, and I did the all hard work over there. I was busy training and he was getting all the enjoyment, all he could. I'm so pissed at my little brother at the same time. I kinda wanna meet him. And see. And beat some sense into him, I guess, if it comes to that, said Menma. Hopefully not, son. Hopefully not, said Minato, as Tsunade then slammed her fist on the table and smashed it to bits. You liar. You lied to them. Wait, Tsunade, please, stop this. More important matter, remember? Fuck that. You wanna know what happened to Naruto? As Tsunade began to reveal everything, from records of the past to all the beatings he received, to almost getting raped, to and many other things, to almost being near death doorsteps, and even denied being treatment for once as well. Living on the streets for almost one whole winter season, and that was the coldest season ever. Surviving while dumpster diving. And after hearing about these records, which were in Minato's eyes, quite real to be faked, he looked towards his sensei. Why, sensei? Why did you lie to us? We could have came back for him. We followed your wishes. We followed the prophecy, then why? Because it needed to be like this, Minato. What? Naruto needed to be the scapegoat so that Menma could become successful. He could become the child of prophecy. What do you mean by that? Don't drag me into this. I was also a kid at the time. Of course you were. Why did you do this to my brother? We all trusted you, Jiraiya. Why? What did he do to you? He did nothing. He was just an opportunity, man. A stepping stone for you. I had no other choice, okay? The kid had lived a horrible life. But it was so that... It has to be so that he knew what it felt like to be on the bottom. So that once you returned, he wouldn't hate you. And once we tell him, he would accept you. But he found out about my diary. And what did he found? That you were supposedly dead. Why did you write that down for once? And what else? As that is when Jiraiya began to think hard and he got the visions. I told him everything. My whole plan. And he told everything to the toads. From the look of it. As that is when Fukusaka and Shima were summoned. Pa, Ma, were you there last night when Naruto disappeared? What? What do you mean? Said Shima, as Fukusaka then said. You must be drunk, Jiraiya boy. Of course I was. Should have thought. You always had a tendency to have weird dreams and so on. Quite lucid ones as well. One time you even thought that Ma has transformed into a pretty lady and she smacked you, remember? But I swear this was different from a dream. Naruto was there and he called you and I revealed everything to you. Revealed everything? Revealed what? As that is when Jiraiya paused. You don't know? The kid didn't tell you? What kid? What are you trying to babble about, Jiraiya? We don't know anything about what you're saying. Come on, Pa. Cut the crap. I know you were there. What the hell, Jiraiya? Do you think this is funny anymore? I'm not gonna waste my time any longer here. We're needed back at the Toad Mountain. If you have anything else better to do, then do call us. But if you don't, if you want to mess around, then don't. Listen, Pa, I'm sorry. Do you know where Naruto is? Huh. Interesting thing is that he called Gamakichi last night, now that you mention, and he returned quite heartbroken, saying that Naruto has deserted them. Deserted us. And yeah, so we don't know, since he deserted the clan. I thought he discussed this with you, and he didn't want to talk about it as well, since I visited him myself. Do you know where he went? No. Of course I don't. obviously I was pissed at the time. Why would the kid do this? So I returned back immediately and thought to myself that I would call you. But you were the first to call me. Why were you so late, Pa? You should have called me immediately. Obviously I went to visit you. That is why you remember me. And you were drunk, Jiraiya. But wait, you said that you were... I arrived later. Like 2 hours ago, and you were drunk at the time. Oh, I see. By night, I meant last night. I didn't mean it like, today. Of course, I knew what you meant, Jiraiya. So now what? The kid has gone missing or something? Yes, Pa. And I think I made a grave mistake. What did you do, Jiraiya boy? It's about the prophecy. Jiraiya, what did you do? I might have tried to change prophecy into our favor. What do you mean, our favor, Jiraiya? Be more specific. Konoha's favor. You know, Jiraiya, I have warned you, and so has Shima, that changing the prophecy is not possible. One way or another, the gods themselves who have prophesied such thing will make sure that their prophecy will be untouched and they will be executed as it was written. But Menma was supposed to be the child of prophecy. I am not the child of prophecy, you goddamn idiot. I never wanted to be the child of prophecy. I only followed my parents' wishes because they wanted me to do this, so I could protect my little brother. I never wanted this. As an Uzumaki, I always wanted my family to be close. But knowing that I have a responsibility which was to protect him, for his sake I got strong. I don't even know now where he is. He might be out there, hurt, alone. And worst of all, said Menma, thinking as his eyes dawned with realization as he then looked towards his parent, thinking that we left him too. Which we did. As that is when Minato and Kushina realized, because of their sensei, they too have done the same and become a victim of his plans. But not only victim, the most of the person who was victimized here was Naruto, because they too, while being betrayed in the end, hurted him a lot. Listen, I never meant for this to happen. All I ever wanted was for you to be successful, Menma. I never asked for this. If this world is so much terrible that it needs a child of prophecy to save it, then this world can go fuck itself. Goodbye, Jiraiya, for all I care. Because I'm a selfish idiot whose only concern is with his family and their well-being. So if any one of you, even you, Kachan and Tochan, don't care about him, then don't bother following me, because I'm going out there and search for my brother, whether you like it or not. Wait, Menma, no! I have waited enough. You have caused enough wait for me and hurt for him. As Menma left, now unknown to all of them, this was being heard by one team that has arrived from their mission at the time, and that was Team Kurenai, who alongside herself and her 3 students were shocked, as Hinata, Kiba, as well as Shino were surprised, and so was Akamaru. Oh my god. Kids, return back to your homes and do not mention this to anyone. Why shouldn't we? Keep it a secret. Or do you too want to be considered a traitor, like Naruto would be now? What? Why would he be the one to be considered traitor? He abandoned the village. Don't you see it? As Hinata was disgusted for the first time by Kurenai, and so was Kiba and Shino. Why would you think like that, Sensei? Naruto didn't do anything wrong. Listen, I know what happened to him. It's bad, but there could have been a solution. Running away wasn't a solution at all. It just branded him as a traitor, and he will be brought back, punished, and after that, his license as a shinobi would be revoked, and only then there would be a chance of redemption for him, like the protocol says. Is that all that matters to you? Yes, Hinata. It would be wise and best that you go all home and don't tell about this to anyone. As now we see the 3 of them begin to leave. As soon as they left, Kiba then said, "Fuck her and fuck this village, man. Could be us next. I mean, Naruto was the one who cheered us up all when we were feeling down. In the end, he was the one who was getting hurt. My mother once I remember, told us that Naruto was a friend to our clan, since his parents has done enough, and he was suffering enough. And even at that time, he was kind to our ninkans who ran away from the home, even if he was dumpster diving. What? Said Hinata. Remember when you told me on our mission that you met Naruto on a wintry night outside? When he saved you from the bullies and got beaten up? Yes, I do. Yeah. Naruto was at that moment living and diving through dumpsters to just survive. He even told me in the academy years when I sat next to him. I told him why couldn't he trusted any one of us. You know what he told me? He didn't want to burden anyone. He thinks of himself as such. And now I know why he was forced to think that way. Listen to me, both of you. Shino, Hinata, go home and tell this all to your parents. Tell this to your clan. They could be targeted next. We don't want this to happen. Konoha is nothing more than lies. What do you mean by that? It has been built upon lies. Lies about fake glory. Lies about fake will of fire bullshit and friends. There's no such thing as such. They would use you and throw you away like a used tool, like they did to Naruto. As after that there was a heavy moment of silence as Shino then said, I think Kiba is right. What do you think, Hinata? It is time to make a stand. You can't forever hide behind that kind face of yours. As Hinata after that sat straight as her eyes opened once more, but this time those Byakugan eyes were much more colder than ever. I will find my Naruto, and this time I will be the one saving him. No, Hinata, we will be the one. As after that, Kiba then said, I have an idea. How about this? As now we have a time skip. As now we cut to evening, as we see in Choji's barbecue place, there was a specific private table reserved for all of the genins as they arrived. And amongst them was Sakura, Ino, and some of the others. As soon as they did arrive, Hinata then said, Sakura and Ino can go. They are not needed here. What? Why call us in the first place? All of the teams were called, and I did not knew that you two were be here. So you can leave. I'm asking you. Hinata, what is wrong with you? Why are you asking like that? Haven't you heard what I said? Leave. You're no longer needed here, Sakura. You won't be anything more than a nuisance. And so would be you, since you can't keep your mouth shut. And with these words, both of the girls were shocked as they left. And knowing that you would also, Tenten and Lee-san, I beg of you two to leave, please. Okay, Hinata. As both of them left as well. As now that the remaining teammates remained, Hinata revealed everything to them. As after listening this with heavy silence, Neji broke it first and said, And I thought my seal was the worst one. Guess Naruto had more scars that he carried behind his cheerful smile. That troublesome blonde. What do you want us to do? Tell us this to our parents? Of course I want them. Then why didn't you tell this to Ino and the other three? Obviously because they would have gone and bragged about this to their senses, or even worse, to the Hokage, because they want nothing more than to achieve and be glorified. They all are power hungry like the Konoha, while you all, not so much. You trust us too much, don't you think so? Said Shikamaru. Of course I know, Shikamaru-san, since you are the one best friend of Naruto, obviously. Such a troublesome woman. And you want to marry Naruto, as Hinata blushed. I pray for his poor soul. What do you mean by that? As she was back to herself. Cut it out, Shikamaru-san. Fine, we'll help you out. But after we discuss this with our parents. As after discussing this with their parents, now we see Hinata was called into her father's office. As her father wasn't looking towards her, but was sitting in sitting on the ground on his knees as Hinata sat down as well in front of him. Oto-san. Listen to me, Hinata. I know what you are up to. We Yugas have been loyal to this village from the beginning of it. And you are going to be my next heir. And you know what you are doing, right? For one boy, you are... Are you really ready to throw away all of this? I don't care about this. If this is what you want to cling to, father, then be my guest. But remember this. Today it was Naruto and the Uchihas. Tomorrow it could be Yugas, and then what? You'll still cling on to this loyalty and sacrifice your life for them and their cause, while they just sit back on their desk and do nothing but brag about being another victory added to their badges? As Hiyashi for the first time was shocked and his eyes were opened as he listened to the cruel words of his innocent little daughter. You really love this boy, don't you? With all my heart. What if I told you that you have to give me your eyes to leave? I would do so, without any regret. As that is when Hiyashi then said, prove it. As Hinata, without any hesitation, took her hand and took out her eyes, and as her eyelids closed as they were bleeding out, Hinata placed her bloodied hand in front of her father's as she opened her fist. There, take these cursed eyes from me. I don't need them. Hinata, are you insane? Said Hiyashi, as he immediately called for medics. As Hinata's eyes were placed back and restored back to the full strength, as her eyes were placed with heavy bandages. Now we see that Hiyashi was next to his daughter. As Hinata woke up after the anesthesia wore off, I never thought in a million years that my cowardly older daughter would gain so much courage because of a boy. You know what, Hinata? You are free to do as you please. I am freeing you and Neji from these obligations of the clan. You no longer have to obey by them. I have already freed Neji from the cursed branded seal. It is high time someone changes this rule. We are Hyugas, a proud clan, not someone's dogs who would listen and obey and be disposed of when they're done taking orders. Thank you, Tosan. Before you leave, Hinata, remember, always remember, you still have a home to return to. And besides, I wish to see my grandchildren, so you better give me at least 2 while you're at it. As Hinata blushed, as Hiyashi hugged her daughter for the first time close. As after that we see, now that Hinata's resolve was given, she arrived after a few days as her bandages were worn off to the front gates, where in the evening she saw all of her friends were there with their parents. This is such a drag. I can't believe this. Always the blondes. They have to be blondes who cause trouble for us. I guess that is right. As that is when Hinata noticed that Inoichi was also there, and so was, well, some of the other clan heads. Inoichi-san, I get the others are here, but why you? Even if my daughter is corrupted by them, I am not. I am a clan head first, and their loyal pet second. I need to see if anything benefits my clan or not, like any other here. And foremost of all, they are my friends. They're about to send their children out there into the wild. I wish I could do the same for my Ino, but knowing that she is just too much deluged in her own self, I feel ashamed and failed for the first time as a father. Listen to me, Inoichi. You don't have to. No, I do. It's because of that greed that my clan had, that my daughter has reached to this stage. I feel ashamed. Make all of us proud, you all. We all are relying on you. Protect that kid. He has been through enough. With these words said, the parents left, as the kids departed on their way also to search for Naruto. While on the other side, Menma was searching on his own, since he too had left his home to search for Naruto as soon as he returned. While these two parties were searching for Naruto, we go towards Iwagakure, where we see inside the office of the said Kage there, Oniki, Naruto was seated. So you are the child of the fourth Hokage. Listen, I know you have bad blood between you and him, but he also have bad blood between him and me. I don't want anything to do with him. I just am here as a Toad clan's representative who is just here to avail the favor that your predecessor owed my clan. Of course, kid. Of course we will fulfill it. Thank you, Oniki-sama. But there is a condition. What is it? Said Naruto. You won't be trained here. I will personally watch over and oversee your training. And I'm gonna give you a shed which is mine or belong to me. It is outside of the walls of Iwagakure. You will remain there. Alright? Yes, and you will never venture into this village because it is for your own safety's sake. Since you have connections to that man, the whole village might try to get revenge on you. I know how that feels. Get beaten because they think that they can harm the other person. But trust me, it doesn't harm them one bit. I know, and I don't want you to experience that. I don't understand one thing. What is it? Minato no Mikaze, said Naruto, correcting himself. He harmed Eva in such a way in the war. You detest him. Of course we do. But why not me? Listen to me very carefully, kid. I am a Kage of this village, and I have a standard to uphold. I am not gonna take a revenge on a kid for what his father has done in a war. I know what the consequences of war are, and when the situation arises, I will execute my revenge on your father. And if you stand in my way of doing so, I will cut you down. Would you? No. I won't. Why would you not? Because I always been an orphan on my own. I just want to live in peace. I want to know what my place is in this world. For the first time, thanks to Toad, I have been free. Free to think about myself for the first time, without anyone trying to manipulate me. Then do as you please, kid. But remember what I told you, it still implies. Thank you, Oniki-sama. Good. Kuretsuchi, take him to the shed. Fine. As now Naruto was taken there, we see that after arriving to Iwagakure, it has been a few days since Naruto has arrived there and has been living there, and Oniki and Kuretsuchi has been watching over him. As that is when we see one evening Naruto bumped into some of the old faces who were there, venturing into the woods. And from the looks of it, they were trying to survive on their own, and thanks to their shinobi skills and somewhat intelligence, they were able to. As Naruto appeared in front of them, what are you all doing here? Where are your senseis? There is no sensei here, Naruto. Cut the crap, Hinata. You're here for me, are you not? Listen to me, you old idiot, dumb blonde. Still haven't changed one bit, Shikamaru. Can we go somewhere place where we can talk? I know a place. As after bringing them into the shed, we see Naruto heard their side of the story. Unknown that Kuretsuchi was standing outside. What? You left? But why? After what they did to you, Naruto. You've been through enough. You helped us all, in one way or another. Made us realize our faults, our flaws, and made us strong enough so that we can get by and survive in this world. Said Neji, as well as the others one by one said their bit, as Naruto was shocked. So you don't hate me? No. Why would I be? Why would any of us? You do the most important job, Naruto. You did the most important job. You protect us all from the Kyuubi no Yoko. And yet the villager seems to hate you. I don't know what they did to you, but they did many things that I wish I could forget. Now that you're here, I will tell you all. As after listening to the horrifying truth of Naruto's life, they were shocked. And how could you smile after what happened to you, Naruto? As Hinata was hugging him close as she shedded tears for him. As Naruto for the first time felt close. As on the other side, unknown to all of them, even Kuretsuchi was shaken up badly. But unknown to her, Oniki, knowing that much time has passed, ventured there, and he too heard this, as his eyes were closed. As now Kuretsuchi, aware of her grandfather, then said, but Oniki pointed towards his mouth, indicating that to be silent and follow him. As back in his office, there was a heavy silence between the granddaughter and the grandfather. Grandfather, what do you... The boy? Yes, what do you think about him? He has been through enough, and to be honest, quite hard to believe in konoha. But yet again, I know what hatred does to one man. If we did the same, and our people did the same, we are no better than them. We won't execute the revenge of a father on a son. Let that be law here from now on. You're right about that. God knows how many innocent lives will be destroyed like this. But I don't understand one thing. How can the boy be sane after all that happened to him? That is something I too wonder. But the answer is in front of us. Strong-minded will, Kurtasuchi. Strong-minded will. He has the will of a survivor and the instincts as well. And that is why so far he has been surviving on his own. Something we all can respect. Tomorrow we'll go meet everyone. Well, are you sure about this? What if just you and me? As after that we see, the next morning both of them arrived. Naruto was quite scared, seeing that there was knocking on the door. I know Naruto, they're in there. Open the door, it is me. As Naruto opened it, Oniki-sama, I apologize. I did not know they would follow me here. It's not their fault. Please, if you want to punish someone, I'll take the punishment instead. No, Naruto. This isn't your fault. If you want to punish someone, please punish us. As Honeki then said, troublesome idiots. I'm not here to punish anyone. To be honest to you, Naruto, I am sorry. I am the one who should be apologizing. Because I heard your conversation last night. What? Yes. We know the truth, boy. Before I say or ask anything, I want to know something from you, all of you. If I give you proper trainings and tools to be able to survive in the shinobi world, what would be your take on Iwa if it is to start a war with Konoha? We don't care as long as our families are safe. Some of them might die if they side with Konoha. Those would be the extremists, said Neji. And to be honest, they have made our lives hell, so we don't care about them. All what we do care is about our loved ones, like my uncle, Hinata's father, and our little cousin Hanabi, and her sister. That is all. I see. What about you, young Nara, and everyone else here? I know my clan will decide with them. Naruto has helped out my Ninken side of the clan as well as have been a friend to us. Nothing more than that. Even in the most dire situations he helped us. So we will be loyal to him and we will do whatever he says. I see. So you all stand with Naruto then. Is that right? Yes. Now young Naruto, please do tell me what would be your take on all this. What would you do if Iwa were to start a war on Konoha? I would just want to protect those who are close to me. I would rather avoid conflict with Iwa altogether since you are my sensei. And I just want to take them somewhere safe so that they can live there safely. Good answer, kid. Good answer. I know a place. It belonged to a clan who fallen by the hands of my predecessor. And I too was a part of that war. What place? What clan? Uzumaki's. Uzushiogakure. It is now in the ruins. You can go there. Start a new life. You all will be moving there soon after you're done training here. Now, get ready because it is going to be tough. As now we see, a year passed as Jiraiya has been searching high and low for Naruto, and so has been Menma. But what he discovered was much more sinister. The Akatsuki. And not only that, they were able to tempt him to take him to their side. And now, we see that he was working for them. Working with Itachi and Kisame. As one night while Kisame was going to the town, Itachi asked him, "Listen to me, Menma." "What is it, Itachi-san?" "You have been with us for 1 year. What is your true reason for this?" "What is your true reason, may I ask you first?" "I get it. Well, I'm here to protect my brother, and to save your brother. The question is, what is yours?" "Same. I want to protect my brother. Knowing that they are after him, I can't just sit still. I wouldn't just sit still or could do nothing. The reason I joined is because I want to find him, and as soon as I do, I'll just hightail out of here with him in tow. Before that, is there a thing that I could ask you as a request?" "What is it?" "Kill my brother Sasuke Uchiha." As Now we see Menma's eyes widen. What? Why would I? I have been watching over him. To be honest, your brother, Naruto, was supposed to be his light to bring him out of the darkness. But seeing that how now Naruto has been put out of all of his shackles and given a new role, freedom for the first time, his own free will, he wouldn't do that. He doesn't want anything to do with that. And now Sasuke, he will be just drowning in darkness over and over again. I want someone to end his misery. What about you then? I have an illness. I'll die out soon. Anyways. But before I do so, I want to kill the remaining Uchiha and finish off what I started. And then, I'll finish off the Akatsuki myself. Why would you do that? Simple. Akatsuki is a threat to this world. And the biggest threat is the masked person and Zetsu. Beware of them, Menma. Be very aware of them. They're the ones who brought this all organization together. And that masked person is the one behind the QB attack. The day you were born. As Menma's eyes widen. I see. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. You better should. And best believe, Menma, no matter what you do, they will try their best to use you and disregard you once they have known that you have outlived your usefulness. So be prepared for that day to come soon. Thanks, I guess. As now we see, a few more years passed as Naruto reached at the age of 16 and finally departed towards Uzashio-Gakure. It has been a few months since they settled down there. By them I mean Naruto, Hinata and his friends. And they have formed a small village of their own. And Kiba and the others, well, Shikamaru as well. They have found themselves girlfriends too, and for the first time after leaving Konoha, Kiba was happy because he got himself a girl and he was an alpha for one. The girl belonged to a clan similar to his but in Eva, and that girl has ability to, well, talk to cats and use them as her ninkens. And that is why Kiba and she got along. And as for, well, both of their ninkens, Akamaru and Neko-chan, as she called her, both of them had their ins and outs and offs and on, but they were friends somewhat, and came to a mutual agreement. And as for Shikamaru, it was obviously Temari, because Gaara wanted to be in contact with Naruto continuously, and has found out what Konoha has done, so he too broke off the alliance with Konoha. And not before telling him a news that Naruto was bothered by the most. What happened between his brother and his family, and between Tsunade and Konoha. She was no longer the Kage of the village, and she too has left Konoha to find him. I need to go and see her, and meet my brother. Naruto-kun, are you sure about this? What if this is a trap of Konoha? I need all of you to remain here. Okay? I'll be out there on my own. Naruto, what is the meaning of this? Says Shikamaru. I thought we were in on this together. If you're going, we all are going. There's no way out of this. But what about, Temari-san and her, Kiba? They'll be fine. I'll tell them, okay? As Neji then said, I gotta go talk to Kurotsuchi-chan. I don't want her to be pissed once I return, said Neji. As now we see, after telling their loved ones about what they were going to do, they departed. As after searching high and low, they were able to find Shizune and Tsunade. It's been a long time, Bachan, said Naruto. As Tsunade arrived towards her hotel room, Naruto was inside already. As after detoxing herself, she knew that it was reality and hugged Naruto and cried, My little boy, you're back, said Tsunade. As Naruto thought that she was still drunk. I see, Bachan, you're still drunk. Call me Kasan, kid. I'm finally going to adopt you. Would you let this old woman be a mother now? As Naruto also had tears in her eyes, as Naruto hugged her close. As after both of them calmed down, we see that Tsunade asked about Naruto's life, and after telling everything about him, where he has been, what he has been up to, Tsunade then decided, alright, me and Shizune will be on our way to Uzashio then, with you. Okay? What is it, Naruto? Why don't you look so excited? I thought you'd be happy to see me, Brad. Of course I am. It's just, it's about Menma, Nissan. What about him? I heard he also left a few years back to find me. He's been in an organization known as Akatsuki. What? But why? It's because I was looking for you, brother, said Menma as he arrived there wearing a Akatsuki robe, as Itachi has taken care of Kisame on the other side. I bought you enough time, but make sure you leave with a bang, so that we don't get any more suspicions on us. Brother, what is it that you... Enough, Naruto. I don't have much time, so I have to leave. Katsuki is after you, and I'm going to have to come after you as well, unfortunately. But not to kill you, remember this. I will lay down my life for you if time arises. No! Said Naruto immediately, remembering what Jiraiya told him. So you could sacrifice your life for Menma's sake. I don't want this bullshit. I don't want you or ask you to lay down your life. I want you to cherish it. I have lived my life all those years comfortably, thinking that you were the one being spoiled there while I have to work hard. Why me, I thought. But now, once I returned, I found out the truth. I was broken. I was the one enjoying everything what you should have. Not you who have been suffering here. Everything was idiotic. I tried to change our parents' mind, but they were all too far gone, drowned in their guilt. Still not thinking that this was their fault as well. I couldn't just sit still while you were out there. I had to find you, and I took it upon myself to do so. And while doing so, I discovered Akatsuki, whose goal was to capture you and use you as a bait to lure out the Biju, and this could get you killed. That is why I joined them, because if they come after you, I will be aware, and I will save you. No, you're coming with me now, Menma-san. I'm not leaving here without you. Unfortunately, you have to. Itachi, do it. As there was an explosion, save your friends, brother, and leave. Forget about me. I'm too far gone anyways. As now we see, both Menma and Itachi left. As after getting far away, we see that Menma asked Itachi, do you think this would work? Of course it will. I have made sure the wounds inflicted on Kisame are seen as enough that they are caused by explosion. And since they were there, it would look like that Naruto was the one who caused this. So Katsuki wouldn't be bothered by it much and won't suspect us. You did good, Menma. I wish there was another way. So do I. But you know what? If anyone has to lay down their lives and dirty their hands, it is us, so that our little brothers won't suffer. But unfortunately mine has to, because he's too far gone because of my own mistakes. But I'll be damned if I let the same happen to yours. As now we see, both of the duo moved towards back to the Akatsuki and reported the incident. Obviously Akatsuki let it go and now appointed them to deal with Orochimaru since he was getting a nuisance. So they arrived there and dealt with it, killing each and every one of them, sparing the Karin Uzumaki herself, and finally Itachi watched as Menma pierced the heart of Sasuke Uchiha with his blade. I'm sorry, Sasuke Uchiha. I have nothing against you. It is for the sake of my brother, and kind of for revenge of what you did. As Sasuke was shocked to find out that Naruto had a twin, but more than ever that he was working with Itachi. As on the other side, Itachi had tears in his eyes. I'm sorry, Itachi-san. As Itachi then immediately dashed towards Menma, as Menma pulled out his blade. As to his surprise, Itachi jumped into the blade. As Sasuke, who was still alive, barely watched this. I'm sorry, little brother, but it seems like I won't be letting you leave alone this world. I'm gonna go with you. As he looked towards Menma then, I'm sorry, Menma, but you have to continue on from here on out. As that is when Menma realized that Itachi used him to extract Tao's revenge so that he could die without any regrets. I can't believe this. As he then walked towards the graveyard of dead bodies that was now there, as he arrived towards Karin, who was literally shivering. Oi, you're in Uzumaki, right? You know a way to Uchiha Gakure? Yes, but it is in ruins. Good. You're gonna take me there now. As he threw off the ring of the Akatsuki and the robes and burned down the whole Orochimaru's place. As after that, both of them departed towards the Uzushio Gakure ruins. While back at Konoha, Minato, who has resumed his duties as the current acting Kage, was still quite in shock and trauma of what has happened. Most of the clans of Konoha has left and joined other villages. And not only that, the shinobi numbers have gone down 50%, and his both sons are now missing out there. And even one of their legendary medics as well. And they couldn't do anything about it. Konoha was now a weakest village in the amongst the all other villages. And they were suffering. All because of one man's fault, Jiraiya, who was now inside a ward in Yamanaka facility where he was mentally being treated because he couldn't get the grip on reality, that the reality and the situation itself was slipping from the fingers of his hand. And it was all his fault that this happened. He was the one who ruined all of these lives. And to add the cherry on the top for everyone, Iwa has declared war alongside with Kumo on Konoha. Since Suna and Kiri remain neutral, it was going to be a three-way war between two villages and one, and Konoha this time seemingly looked like it was going to lose. While on the other side, as the war began, Naruto fulfilled his promise since no loved one was harmed. Everyone was there in Uzushio Gakure, and Naruto was happy to meet his brother there, and another Uzumaki member. And as for the Akatsuki, they tried high and low searching for them, even as going as far as to involve themselves in the war and getting outright killed and chewed out. Before Manma executed the seals, explosive seals, while they were resting, exploding with such intensity that not even their splatter remained. They were turned into molecule particles, and whole Amegakure was wiped out with a single blast that Manma had prepared with his Winjutsu skills there, while his time there for a whole year. Good. Now that the Akatsuki is taken care of, I can focus on my brother and his life. As now we see, after the war ended with Konoha's defeat, a few years passed, as Naruto had a small village going on there, which was on good terms with Iwa as well as other villages, thanks to their clans being bare. And not only that, all of them were now in allied forces because they were now in unification, all thanks to Naruto acting as a peacemaker between them, and also a form of delegate so that they could form peace treaties and exchange routes so that they could trade. And this way Konoha was outright left in dust, now reduced to a normal village. Amongst the others minor villages, there only remained 4 pillars of power in the whole elemental nations: Iwa, Kumo, Kiri, and Suna, and they were getting stronger by the day. And as for Minato and Kushina, both were able to escape yet again, and so was Jiraiya. And Yae had to roam around aimlessly, searching for a reason to live. Knowing what they have done, what they have caused, it was all their fault. This could have been avoided, especially if they didn't listen to Jiraiya. And as for Jiraiya, he couldn't just live with that, so he committed suicide in the end. But not every ending was bad. Naruto and Hinata got married, as well as Menma and Karin, and so did everyone else. And they were happy than ever, and soon their family will grow in numbers as well. Uzushio was going to be another village, but a one village that was made up of all 4 villages combined with Konoha. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!